Did you know that nearly 99% of deaths after age 75 are tied to just a few key causes? Most people think passing away in your later years is just part of growing old, but the truth is, many of these deaths are preventable. That's right, avoidable. And the most heartbreaking part? By the time people realize what's happening, their health is already slipping away, fast. But today, we're pulling back the curtain. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common causes of death after 75, and how you can take control, starting right now. Some may sound familiar. Others might shock you. But every single one of them can be tackled, if you know what to look for. Because this isn't just about statistics. This is about you. Your health. Your future. And your ability to live strong, active, and independent, for years to come. Let's jump into the first, and most common, cause, heart disease. Heart disease continues to be the #1 killer of people over 75. But here's the kicker, it doesn't have to be. Most folks don't realize just how much power they actually have to protect their heart. Think of your heart like a muscle. When it's cared for, it stays strong. But when it's ignored, it weakens. And the scary part? You often don't feel anything until something serious happens, like a heart attack or stroke. A lot of people chalk up things like getting tired more easily, feeling short of breath, or slowing down to just aging. But those could be signs your heart isn't working like it should. And that's something you should never ignore. One of the biggest hidden threats? High blood pressure. It puts a lot of stress on your arteries and forces your heart to pump harder than it needs to. But here's the tricky part, high blood pressure doesn't hurt. There's no warning bell. No red flag. Until it's too late. And then there's diet. Years, even decades, of processed foods, salty snacks, and fried favorites slowly damage your heart and clog up your arteries. But this isn't just about cutting out the bad stuff. It's also about adding in the right foods, those rich and heart-healthy nutrients that give your body the fuel it needs to thrive. Movement is another big one. Your heart isn't meant to be idle. Sitting too much weakens your circulation, your muscles, and your overall health. But you don't need to run marathons. Simple daily walks, stretches, even chair exercises, anything that gets your blood flowing, can strengthen your heart and slash your risk. The biggest mistake people make? Thinking heart disease is just what happens when you get older. Or assuming it runs in the family, so there's nothing you can do. But let me be clear, you have more control than you think. Every healthy meal, every walk around the block, every stress-reducing habit, it all adds up. The earlier you take action, the better your chances of keeping that heart of yours strong and steady. Now let's talk about the second big risk, falls and injuries. This one surprises a lot of people. It's not a disease, but it's one of the leading causes of serious health decline and death in seniors. And it happens fast. One small misstep, a slippery bathroom floor, a missed stair, and suddenly, life is never the same. A broken hip, a concussion, even a bad bruise can quickly turn into a medical emergency. And here's what's truly alarming, falls send millions of seniors to the ER every year. And many never fully recover. A hip fracture can mean months in bed, lost independence, and a higher risk of infections and complications. But even with those risks, most people don't think about fall prevention until after the fact. As we age, our balance, reflexes, and muscle strength naturally decline. But because it happens gradually, it's easy to overlook, until something goes wrong. You might feel steady walking around your house. Then one day, you lean too far, lose your footing, and down you go. And unlike when you were younger, your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to. Here's something you may not expect, the fear of falling can actually make things worse. Many older adults become so worried about falling again that they stop moving. They avoid stairs. They sit more. They limit activities they once enjoyed. And the less you move, the weaker your muscles get, and the higher your risk of falling. It's a dangerous cycle, and it can quietly steal your freedom. But it doesn't have to. There are simple, proven steps to dramatically lower your risk of falling. Building up your leg and core strength. Practicing balance exercises. Making small home adjustments like non-slip rugs, better lighting, and sturdy handrails. These things can help you stay steady and safe. Another often overlooked danger: medications. Some prescriptions can make you dizzy, sleepy, or drop your blood pressure. If you've ever stood up and felt lightheaded, that could be a warning sign. Always talk to your doctor and make sure your meds aren't putting you at risk. Falling isn't just about what's under your feet. It's about your strength, your awareness, and your choices. And taking action today can keep you on your feet, in your home, and enjoying life on your terms. If you're still with me, and finding this helpful, go ahead and drop a #2 in the comments so I know you're still watching. And if you haven't already, now's a great time to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. We cover all kinds of topics that matter most to your health and independence after 60. Also, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends and family, and check out our other videos after this one. You never know who you might help just by passing this along. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content just like this. Now, let's keep going. Let's talk about something we often take for granted: breathing. As we get older, our lungs naturally lose some of their strength. And even mild issues, like a lingering cough or shortness of breath, can become serious very quickly. Respiratory diseases are actually one of the top causes of death for people over 75. And it's not because these illnesses are impossible to treat, it's because they're often ignored. One of the biggest threats is something called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. That includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. These conditions slowly damage your airways, making it harder and harder to breathe over time. Symptoms like constant coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness often get brushed off as just getting older. But they're actually warning signs. Your lungs are telling you they need help. And then there's pneumonia. For younger people, it's a tough illness, but for seniors, it can be deadly. What starts as a cold or mild chest congestion can quickly spiral out of control, especially since the immune system weakens with age. Pneumonia sends many older adults to the hospital, and some don't fully bounce back. Another hidden risk? Poor air quality. Over the years, your lungs may have been exposed to pollution, smoke, dust, mold, even inside your home. These irritants quietly wear down your respiratory system. But the good news? There are ways to fight back. Using air purifiers, keeping your living space well ventilated, and avoiding smoke exposure can go a long way in protecting your lungs. And don't forget, just like your heart, your lungs need exercise too. Gentle movement helps expand your lungs and clear out mucus. When you sit still for too long, lung function starts to decline. Even a short daily walk or some light stretching can make a big difference. Finally, let's talk vaccines. Getting your flu shot, pneumonia vaccine, and other recommended immunizations may seem small, but these shots can prevent major infections and keep you out of the hospital. It's not just about avoiding the flu. It's about protecting your life. Let's move on to number 4, stroke. A stroke hits suddenly, no warning, no build-up, and it can change your life forever. It's one of the top causes of death and long-term disability after 75. The scary part? Many people don't realize just how preventable most strokes really are. In fact, experts say up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. That means your daily choices, right now, can have a major impact on whether you stay strong and independent, or face a life-altering health crisis. So what is a stroke, exactly? It happens when blood flow to part of the brain gets blocked, or when a blood vessel bursts. Without oxygen, brain cells start dying within minutes. The longer it takes to restore that blood flow, the worse the damage. Some strokes are small, leaving behind temporary confusion or slight weakness. Others cause permanent paralysis, speech loss, or worse. And sadly, many are fatal. One of the biggest silent threats? High blood pressure. Just like with heart disease, it often has no symptoms. You feel fine, until suddenly, you're not. Over time, high blood pressure wears down your arteries, making them weaker, stiffer, and more prone to rupture or blockages. Another major factor is atrial fibrillation, or AFib, an irregular heartbeat that many seniors have without even knowing it. When your heart doesn't beat normally, blood can pool and form clots. If one of those clots travels to your brain, it can trigger a stroke instantly. But here's the good news: a simple checkup can detect AFib and high blood pressure early, and treatment can dramatically lower your stroke risk. Your lifestyle also plays a big role. Too much processed food, salt, and unhealthy fat can raise your risk, while a sedentary lifestyle makes your blood thicker and slows circulation. But even small shifts, like eating more leafy greens, drinking more water, and moving your body regularly, can protect your brain and heart alike. Here's something many people don't know: transient ischemic attacks, or TIAs, also called mini-strokes, are often early warnings. If you ever experience sudden blurred vision, confusion, numbness, or trouble speaking, even if it goes away, don't ignore it. Seek medical help right away. That one decision could prevent a devastating full stroke. So what's the big takeaway? You can reduce your stroke risk. Get your blood pressure checked regularly, stay active, eat well, manage stress, and most importantly, listen to your body. If you're still watching and getting value from this video, leave a number 4 in the comments so we know you're here and paying attention. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button now, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We appreciate your support. It truly helps us keep bringing you helpful and inspiring content like this. Now let's talk about the fifth and final major cause: cognitive decline and related complications. For many, this is the most heartbreaking part of aging. Not because it happens all at once, but because it creeps in slowly. You forget a name here, misplace an item there, then one day, you realize you're struggling with things that used to be second nature. Memory loss, confusion, difficulty managing day-to-day tasks, these are early signs of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. And as these conditions progress, they don't just affect your thinking, they put your safety and health at serious risk. As the brain weakens, people may forget to take medications, skip meals, or lose the ability to recognize health symptoms. Many seniors with cognitive decline become dehydrated or undernourished without even realizing it. Others may eat too much, gain weight, and develop related conditions. And perhaps one of the most dangerous consequences? Accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove. Leaving the door unlocked. Wandering outside unsupervised. These things can quickly become life-threatening. When this decline reaches a certain point, many people lose the ability to live independently. They need full-time care. And without proper support, their health declines even faster. What makes this so difficult is that the early signs are easy to dismiss. Struggling with names, following conversations, or finding the right word, many brush it off as just getting older. But these are early warnings, and the sooner you act, the more you can do to slow the process. So how can you protect your mind? Start with mental activity. The brain needs exercise just like your muscles do. Reading, learning new things, playing memory games, doing puzzles, even having deep conversations, all help keep your mind sharp. Don't underestimate the power of physical activity, either. Moving your body boosts blood flow to the brain, supports memory, and improves your overall cognitive health. Social interaction is also vital. Isolation can speed up decline. Staying socially connected, talking to friends, joining a group, even chatting on the phone, can keep your mind engaged and emotionally strong. And of course, your diet matters. Eating more leafy greens, berries, nuts, and healthy fats like omega-3s can fuel your brain and reduce inflammation. On the flip side, processed foods, added sugars, and fried snacks can make things worse. A healthy brain starts with a healthy body, and every small step you take now can make a big difference later. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered. Heart disease, falls and injuries, respiratory diseases, stroke, cognitive decline. These 5 issues are responsible for the vast majority of deaths after 75. But here's what I want you to remember: they're not guaranteed. They're not fate. They're not something you just have to accept. You have more control than you might think. By making consistent, healthy choices, starting today, you can add years of strength, independence, and clarity to your life. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to change everything overnight. But even one small improvement, getting up for a short walk, eating one more vegetable, calling a friend, booking that checkup, can make all the difference. At this stage of life, your well-being is your greatest asset. The more you invest in it, the more freedom, joy, and connection you'll have. So, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to take better care of my health? Is it moving a little more? Eating a little better? Reaching out to someone? Whatever it is, do it. Your future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments. Share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your own life. We love reading your stories, and your feedback means the world to us. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about. You never know whose life you might change with one simple click. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay well, stay strong, and take care of yourself. You deserve it.